You know, there's one part of your body you see every single day, but probably don't give it a second thought.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your skin. And let me tell you, it's so much more than just, well, a covering. It's a true jack of all trades.
All right, let's kick things off with a little pop quiz. If I ask you to name your body's single largest and most active organ, what would you say? The brain, maybe? The liver? Your lungs? Any guesses?
Well, the answer is literally covering your entire body. It's your skin, and it is massive. I mean, for the average adult, your skin makes up a whopping 15% of your total body weight. It's this incredible, almost waterproof barrier that is just working 24/7.
So what's its main job then? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like your own personal, super skilled bodyguard. I mean, it's your body's first line of defense against, well, everything. And its protective duties are seriously varied.
So how does it actually do all that protecting? Well, it's kind of like a four-part defense system. First, it's a shock absorber, right? It cushions all your important bits from bumps and scrapes. It's also a waterproof seal, which is crucial for keeping you from dehydrating. Then, it's a shield, blocking out germs and all sorts of nasty chemicals. And get this, it even has its own built-in sunscreen to protect you from the sun's damaging UV rays. Pretty cool, huh?
But okay, it's not just a bodyguard. Your skin is also this incredibly sophisticated climate control system. It's working all the time to keep your internal temperature right in that perfect zone, around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit.
So think about it. When you get too hot, maybe you're exercising or it's just a sweltering day, your skin has to get rid of that extra heat. It basically turns into a giant radiator to cool you down. And how does it pull that off? Check out this diagram here. The blood vessels deep in your skin actually get wider. It's a process called vasodilation. This brings more of your warm blood closer to the surface, and that lets the excess heat just radiate away, cooling you down. It's a brilliant piece of biological engineering, really.
Okay, but what happens when it's cold outside? Well, your skin just completely flips the script. Instead of getting rid of heat, its main job becomes holding on to every last bit of warmth.
And it does this with the exact opposite process. You can see it here. It's called vasoconstriction. This time, those same blood vessels get narrower, which reduces the blood flow to your skin. It's a really clever trick that keeps your warm blood deeper inside your body, near your core, which basically insulates you from the cold.
You know, speaking of being cold, have you ever gotten goosebumps? Well, that's your skin's climate control in action. Every single tiny hair on your body has this minuscule muscle attached to it, and when you get cold, those little muscles contract and pull the hair straight up. It's actually this ancient reflex that was meant to trap a layer of air close to your skin to keep you warm.
All right, so we've seen what the skin does, but how is it actually built to do all these incredible things? Let's pop the hood and take a quick look at its basic structure.
So, at its heart, the skin is really made up of two main layers. On the very outside, you've got the epidermis. That's the part you can actually see and touch. And then right underneath that, you've got the dermis, which is a much thicker and tougher layer. So, the epidermis, think of it as the thin, protective outer shield. What's really interesting is that it doesn't have any blood vessels of its own. It's also where your hair and nails get their start. The dermis, on the other hand, that's the real busy inner layer. It is packed with all the important stuff: connective tissue, blood vessels, nerves, hair follicles, you name it. All the glands that help the skin do its thing are in there.
Now, a super important player in the epidermis is a protein called keratin. This is the stuff that makes the very top layer of your skin, and your hair and nails too, so tough and waterproof. It's a totally crucial part of the skin's protective armor.
Another vital substance you should know about is melanin. This is the pigment that gives your skin its color, but it does way more than just that. You can think of it like a built-in umbrella, absorbing and scattering the sun's harmful UV radiation to protect all the vulnerable parts underneath. Okay, so we've established that the skin is a bodyguard and a thermostat. But wait, there's more! It has a few more secret jobs and some really clever tricks up its sleeve that are every bit as important.
Well, for starters, it's your main connection to the physical world, right? It's a huge sensory organ that lets you feel everything, from a gentle touch to a sudden change in temperature. It also acts like a pantry, storing emergency food reserves in a layer of fat. And get this, your skin is also a mini factory. With just a little bit of sunshine, it can actually produce vitamin D, which you absolutely need for strong bones.
And here's a fantastic little fun fact for you. You know how your fingers and toes get all wrinkly after a long bath?
That's not just your skin getting waterlogged. Nope. It's actually an evolutionary feature. Those wrinkles act like the treads on a tire, helping to channel water away and give you a much better grip on slippery, wet surfaces. How cool is that?
You know, there's a great quote that just sums it all up perfectly. The skin is a jack of all trades and a master of many tasks. I mean, from protection and climate control to sensation and even making vitamins. It really is a dynamic, multi-talented organ through and through.
So I'll leave you with this thought. After everything we've just talked about, what do you think is the most surprising job your skin is doing for you? Like right now. Is it the built-in thermostat, the UV blocking umbrella, or those clever little tire treads on your fingertips? It's pretty incredible when you actually stop and think about it.